You've had your job interview and it went well, and you've started the waiting game, and it hurts. Why is this taking so long? And what should you do while you wait? I'm Jen Swanson, your career coach, and today I'm going to give you 3 reasons why it might be taking so long, 2 things that you can do while you wait, and if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you 1 thing that you can do that almost no one does that's extremely effective. So let's dive in. They might still be interviewing other people. Maybe they're having a hard time deciding. The larger the company is, the slower things can move. The approvals process takes time, checking references and looking at your credentials, etc. This can take time, getting everybody on board and having all of the communication in place. So it could be that it's just slow moving and that stuff happens. Sometimes people are on vacation. It's not an excuse, it's just reality. And the third thing is they may have made their decision and just didn't bother to let you know. Rude. This happens. It doesn't happen often, thank goodness, but it does happen. And it's not very nice. So what can you do? Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. If the date by which they said they would get back to you has come and gone, then don't wait another day. The very next day, send an email and follow up. If they didn't give you a time frame at all, then wait a week and send a follow-up. You can follow up again in another week, and then maybe 2 weeks after that if they still don't give you an estimate of time. Take time to send a quick little email. It doesn't have to be long, just a short, polite, professional checking in to see how the process is going. I'm still interested. If you have any more questions, I'm happy to talk to you. That kind of an email. And what that does is it keeps your name in their mind as they're going through everything. It also continues to convey your interest. So following up is essential. Keep interviewing. Just keep on keeping on. Don't stop your momentum and wait for that one particular job person to get back to you. Just keep going, because you just never know what might happen. You don't know what's around the corner. You don't know what might come along next that's even better and even a more attractive position. And then if you do get a job offer somewhere else, it's very important that if you still would rather have that first job, that you let them know that there's an offer on the table and that you're thinking of taking it unless they can come back to you with something right away, soon. And you want to make this real, right? You don't want to put fake pressure. You don't want to invent a job offer, because that'll come back to bite you at some point. It has to be truthful and honest. If someone else offers you a job, it's absolutely legitimate to go back and say, I'm being offered this position. I'd really rather work for you, but I'm going to take that if I don't hear from you in the next day or so. You know, absolutely. The ability to give them another chance is perfectly acceptable, and it's amazing at how fast things can move if they have got a little bit of pressure on and decide that you are indeed the one that they're interested in. If this has been helpful so far, please hit that like button, consider subscribing, and let's get to that one thing that hardly anybody does, but that is exceedingly effective. Okay, so this thing that hardly anybody does is something that is going to take a bunch of work to do. It's going to take quite a bit of time, but it can be incredibly effective, and it can differentiate you from everyone else, because honestly, not very many people either know about this or bother to do it. If this job is a job that you really, really want, and if you are willing to put in some free work that you are going to be going over and above, and that there is absolutely no guarantee that all this time and effort you've put in is going to get you anywhere, then this technique is for you. What you need to do is some more research. You've already done your industry research, and if you don't know what that is, then you didn't watch my videos on what to do before the interview. Industry research, you're going to do more research, and you're going to be looking for what 1 or 2 things are troubling either the company, the people who work there, or their customers or clients. And then you're going to create a solution for whatever this problem is. You're going to outline the whole thing into a document that you then are going to send to the hiring manager or whoever it is that you've been in communication with. This will prove beyond the shadow of a doubt your initiative, your interest in the position and in the organization, and your understanding of the company that you are applying for. This could very well help them make their final decision. You would be doing this on your own time. You would be doing this without anybody asking you to do it. You would be using your own effort, your ingenuity, your detective work. And because this is so unexpected, it may just do the trick. So how can you do this? Well, what you need to do is find out where people are talking about this organization, whether they are people who work there or whether they are people who are clients or customers of this organization. You can dig through social media. You can look on LinkedIn. You can look on Yelp and places where people leave reviews of companies. Look on Reddit. Anywhere that you can find people who work there or who use this organization's services, where they are hanging out. Find that out and then go and read their comments and look for complaints, look for problems, look for suggestions. What you can do is back up what you find by taking screenshots, then take these and include them in the report that you are going to generate, because it's important to have real data to include in this report. What you need to do is find out the one or two top issues that you keep seeing over and over again, and then put your thinking cap on. What even is a thinking cap? And then get busy thinking up one or two solutions that you can offer that could be the answer to these issues. So it could be something as simple as an idea for a way to do something differently, or it could be quite complicated. It depends on what time you have to devote to this little project, this document. You could even do a video presentation if you're ambitious and you have time and the skills and the know-how and the technology to do that. You can get as fancy as you like. You might want to just make it a written report that you can then email in. Up to you, or go wild. Whatever you do, this is not a guarantee in any way that you will be the successful candidate for this job. But because almost no one is doing this last piece when they're really, really wanting a job, it might just be what gets you in. Now, while you're waiting, I'm going to link next to a video on how to stay positive during this wait time. I'll see you over there.